Hi everybody, it's Oksana, and today I'm doing a super fun tag. It is the Starting Over Tag Makeup Edition, and I'm also doing a natural, non-toxic green edition as well, since that's the kind of makeup that I use. And this is just really fun to think about, you know, what makeup items would you replace if something were to happen to all of your makeup. And you couldn't obviously buy everything. Yeah, I couldn't have everything back all at once, and you could only have 16 items. That's the last that I heard was 16. I think some people have done 10 as well, but I'm doing the larger number. I actually have 20, so couldn't quite get down to 16. But two of these are really not makeup, so probably more like 18. So very close to that number. And this is what I would replace first, and why. So the first thing, foundation. I have quite a few things that I use, and my skin really varies from season to season. In the winter it's so dry, and in the summer it's actually kind of oily. So I really couldn't just pick one thing to use, and that is why I picked, for the warmer months, for the summer months, I picked a powder foundation. That's what I prefer, mineral foundation. This is from the All Natural Face. This is the refill that I put in my own clear acrylic palette, but they have a nicer palette that you can get it in. I think now it's round. It used to be square like this when I got it, and you can see, I'm afraid to like tip it over. There's a little piece that I can just see is gonna fall out, but it has been loved, as you can see, by all the large gaps on the edges there where I've used it up. The only thing is I would get a different color. This is Porcelain Kiss by Honey, and since then I've discovered that they are warm beige pale? No, light beige warm, something like that. I'll list it below where I list everything, but there's another color that is a little bit warmer, a little bit more yellow, that suits me better, that I like even more. So that is the color I would get. Either in this pressed version or the loose version, doesn't really matter. Pressed is a little bit more convenient, but if I got the loose, I could press it myself and have less ingredients and no preservatives. I actually have the loose version that I need to press myself. I figured I'll use this up first and then go ahead and press that one. And this is just a great foundation. It has amazing buildable coverage. It looks natural. It's not dewy, but it's not too matte. It's not like chalky, powdery looking or anything like that. It's just a wonderful mineral foundation that I think works great for me, and especially in the summer, my skin prefers powder foundations, and it works fantastic. And then of course I need something for the colder months when my skin is super dry and powder just does not look good on me. So I chose this Jane Iredale Liquid Minerals Foundation, and my color is Bisque. And this is amazing. I'm going to link my video with a demo and review of this below, but I love this foundation so much. This is just, it's great. The ingredients are fantastic. It is kind of, you can't really see because I have so little left, but there are little pigments suspended in an aloe type base. And it's moisturizing, but it's not greasy. It's very lightweight, and it kind of feels like aloe on your face, which is another important thing for me because I'm very breakout prone. So I can't just slap these like heavy products on my face because they will break me out even when my skin is dry in the winter. So this is nice and lightweight, and it just works fantastic. And I always tend to use it with this other powder because it adds a little bit more coverage when I set it with this powder, and this is just my favorite powder for setting liquid or cream foundations. It is a baked mineral foundation. It says Color Tones Baked Mineral Foundation Dover Beige. That's what it says in the back. It has wonderful all-natural ingredients. If you are sensitive to titanium dioxide or zinc oxide, this is actually free of those, which is a very rare occurrence in the mineral makeup world. It is just mica based, so wonderful for people with sensitivities to those. Also very not drying, and I just love it. It looks so airbrushed when I set other foundations, like liquid or cream foundations, with this. And I got this from Makeup Artist Choice, but I think other websites carry it as well, but that is where I found it the cheapest. It is a baked kind of domed swirl foundation, but mine was a little flat because I've used it quite a bit, so it's lost that shape. Then of course I should mention this first. So this is what This was like number 19 and 20 for me. This isn't really makeup though, but I just kind of wanted to mention that I really need a lip balm, especially in the winter. My lips get really dry. I just can't do without one. So I would absolutely need to get a lip balm. And my favorite one is the Hurraw Night Treatment. I think that one is fantastic. And it's very moisturizing and my lips love it. And the other thing is that makeup tends to slide off my eyelids and I would really need a primer because I have real problems with creasing. I need to use a primer that is not completely 100% natural, but I choose kind of the most non-toxic, like quasi-natural one that I can, that doesn't have the harsh dangerous chemicals in it. And what I found the best is the Bare Minerals Prime Time. This works really well for me. Works as good as Too Faced Shadow Insurance and Urban Decay Primer Potion. And I just have a teeny little sample size of this, but I have a whole bunch. When I got their little eyeshadow palettes, they almost always give you one of these with it, so I have a whole bunch of these and I'm just still using them up. You only need a tiny bit, so I would absolutely need that. Not sure that that counts towards my total number of items because it's kind of not makeup, but it's something that I really need if I'm gonna wear makeup. And the next thing, of course, is blush. I'm also not doing any tools or brushes or anything like that because, let's face it, that would just be impossible. I'm keeping it to just very basic, just straight up makeup items. I chose this Crystalline Mineral Blush from the Conservatorie, and honestly, it was a really difficult choice between this and the Naked Truth, which are my two most favorite blush colors from them. This is just a gorgeous matte, like baby pink color, and the Naked Truth is also a light pink, but it has some like a golden sheen to it and it's very glowy and it's absolutely beautiful. And the reason I picked this one is because I was thinking, you know, there are occasions when you may not want a glowy blush and there's really not much you can do to take that glow away. So if I were to get that blush, I'd be kind of limited to always wearing a glowy blush, which I do love to do. But it's also really nice to have something matte, and I think it would just be easier if I only had to have one to wear this one because it's matte. I'm wearing it today, and then to make it look more glowy, maybe one of these eyeshadows that I chose, especially the lighter color called Sonic from Silk Naturals. I can kind of use that, or maybe even this one as a highlighter. So it would just be more options for me. So I might as well show you this next. This is kind of what pushed me to have more items because if you are into natural makeup, you will know you're quite limited when it comes to eyeshadow palettes. It's very rare to find a pressed eyeshadow palette that is completely natural mineral pressed eyeshadow. So I press eyeshadows myself and I make palettes, and I actually counted each of these individually when getting to my total. So that's why I have so many items, but really I feel like I chose barely anything. So for my eyeshadows, I figured I would do some very neutral basic colors because if I were starting over, it would be good to have something that was appropriate for any kind of occasion that was kind of very neutral, and then, you know, when I can get more colors later, I would choose kind of more fun, brighter colors and things I really like. So this is Sonic from Silk Naturals. I adore this color all over my lid. And then this is Fusion from Silk Naturals. Absolutely gorgeous color. I will swatch these for you actually because I think they are just so pretty. They are worth seeing. And then I chose Danny from Silk Naturals, which is this one right here, kind of a taupey color. See that? And then I chose Link, my hands are dirty, from Silk Naturals, which is almost a matte. Very dark color, makes a good outer V color. And let's see, this is a little bit harder to swatch, but it is right here. And then I chose Lemon Ice from the All Natural Face, which I love in the inner corner of my eye. And those are all of the eyeshadows. Let me zoom in. Here is what they look like, so you can get a closer look. And the last item that I have in here is not an eyeshadow. It is the Ecru Concealer Powder from the All Natural Face, and I love using that to set my under eye concealer, so that is why I chose that. And that is what is in this little palette. Next, I will mention my concealer, which is Beauty Without Cruelty Super Cover Cream Concealer in Fair, and this is fantastic for underneath the eyes. That is where I typically need to do the most concealing. And so I chose an under eye concealer, but I did not choose a face concealer because I think if I were starting over and I was really limited in the items I could have, I would try to get everything covered on my face with my foundations, and then I would really need underneath the eyes. So if I have like a really bad pimple that isn't covered by that foundation, I guess I would just have to deal with it. But that's the only concealer I chose. And another thing for my eyes, maybe this isn't something that I absolutely can't live without, but I think it would be really nice to have. And this is the Jordanna 12 Hour Made to Last pencil. And this item is actually not completely natural. Like the other items are pretty much all natural, but this is what it looks like, by the way. It's just a light skin color. It's called Continuous Almond. It doesn't have parabens. It doesn't have like horrific ingredients or anything, but it's just not an all natural product. And again, I kind of have to have a product like this if I'm going to use it on my eyes because of the creasing. The eyeshadow, I can have all natural mineral eyeshadows like I just showed you, as long as I have a good primer. And then this would be a good cream eyeshadow for days that I just don't want to do much with my makeup. Maybe I don't want to wear an actual eyeshadow look. My lids are a slightly bit darker than my skin tone, and I feel like it just makes me look more tired. And if I just use something like this, it's almost like putting concealer on your eyelids. It just brightens up your eyes. And I would put actual concealer on my eyelids if I could get away with it, but of course that will crease on me like crazy and just to go all over the place. So this is what I would use in a case like that for just a quick look, to look a little bit more refreshed if I was just barely wearing any makeup. So I chose that. And then kind of continuing with the eye area, this is my most favorite eyebrow product. This is the Silk Naturals Blonde Brow Cream, and this is fantastic. I'm wearing it at my eyebrows right now. I just use a little angled liner brush from e.l.f. to apply it, and it works fantastically. It matches me really good. It's not too dark. It's not too orange or anything like that. If you tend to find things are a little bit too warm, I feel like this is a good color that is not warm. And here is what it looks like right there. And it's just really great. I mean, obviously I could probably live without an eyebrow cream. So if I really wanted to get this down to 16, I can get rid of that. That's kind of an extra step that you don't always need to do. But I really, really would like to have an eyeliner. And I narrowed it down to just one black eyeliner. This is the Physicians Formula. This has a really long name. Eye Booster 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Eyeliner and Serum in Ultra Black. You may be familiar with this. I think these get a lot of raves, and this is just the best liquid eyeliner ever in the history of the world. I just love this so much. It has the finest little tip, and it is not a, what are those called? It's a brush, like it's an actual brush. It's not that other kind of material, and you can draw just the teeniest, tiniest, like fine little line, and it's just, it's so amazing. If you have trouble doing your winged eyeliner, like I did my winged eyeliner with it today, and it just makes it so easy and so foolproof, and it's just fantastic. And I also have a much easier time holding a pen like this when drawing versus one of those ones that you like dip in. I find that I can't, you know, move back and forth as much on that one and hold it at like the right distance that I need. This one, you literally have the whole length of the pencil that you can hold. I don't know why I just did that. You'd never put it on like that. But it just makes it so much easier for me. Because you're used to holding pens and pencils like this. You're used to writing and drawing. So I feel like I have the most control when I'm holding something like this. And it just works so good. It is one of those items that is not completely 100% natural, but it is very budge proof. It stays on very well. I think the ingredients, I feel completely comfortable with the ingredients in this. The one thing that it has that people might find a little questionable is phenoxyethanol, which is a preservative that a lot of companies started using when they stopped using parabens. But that is kind of the only thing. I really like this and it works so good for me. So that is it for my eyes. Now I just have 3 items for lips, and I guess if I really had to narrow this down to 16, I wouldn't include, you know, these 2 items because they're not that I don't need them, because I need them, but they're technically not makeup, so I think that I could, you know, not include them. And I, you know, wouldn't include the brow cream, and I probably wouldn't include the gloss, because I could live, you know, without a lip gloss. But I think this is really pretty and it'll be nice to have. And this is the Opal color from Pacifica, and I really like it. Let me show you what it looks like. It's a beautiful, like, peachy, a little bit of golden pink. Has a really nice sheen to it. Really, really pretty. So I have that, and then I have 2 other lip colors. I have a light color and a dark color. They're both from Silk Naturals. The first one is Bramble, and I'm obsessed with this. It is a lavender kind of shade, as you can see right there. It's pretty light. This is the light one, and I just adore this. I love the way this looks on me. I could wear it all the time. And then a dark color that I chose is Asset from Silk Naturals, and this is a dark plummy shade, great for the fall and winter. If you're wanting, you know, to wear something really dark, I think it looks fantastic. As you can see, I really like cool tones, even though this one is kind of a warmer tone, the lip gloss. But that is what I would choose for my lips, and that is, oh, I'm sorry, one more item. I totally forgot. I put it aside here to show you when I showed you the eyeliner, and I somehow I thought I already showed it because they're like similar shiny packaging, but I would choose this Buxom mascara. Mascara is one of those things that's so difficult to find something that works for me, but I really like this one. The brush on this is a rubber brush, and when you move this little handle, it gets longer and then shorter. I like to just leave it on the shorter setting. That's how I use it. And this works really well for me because it doesn't flake or smudge. It can a tiny bit if I am wearing a good amount of it, like 2 coats of it. And I'm wearing it all day long. So I really try to especially set my under eye area with some powder, and that kind of helps with smudging quite a bit. And I just really like this mascara. It's not 100% natural, but it has, you know, non-toxic safe ingredients as far as I know. I haven't scrutinized them all. I know it's not the same as like 100% pure mascara, but it's probably not as bad as like your typical drugstore mascara. So it's really up to you. They do have a lot of natural mascaras. They even have some options in the drugstore, like the Physicians Formula organic wear mascaras, which unfortunately smudge really bad on me, so I have to stick with something that is not quite 100% natural. But this works really well for me, and that is it. Now this is the end. These are all of the items that I would choose if I had to start over. So I hope this was entertaining, and if you think that this is a fun tag and you want to do it, then I absolutely tag you to do it. I would love to see others do this tag. I saw Cherie from My Secondhand Sweetness do this tag. That is where I learned about it first, and I just thought, what a blast. I think it's really interesting to see, you know, what people would pick when it really came down to it. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.